Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne. I've written 3 books where I've encouraged people to receive the gift of prophecy and prophesy over me with the new gift of prophecy. And I say that I'm going to test the prophecy and give them feedback. And I normally type the feedback, but I'm too tired today, so I thought I'd do it uh, with a video. So thank you for prophesying over me. You said when your feathers become pure white, you're ready to nest above. You must fly to the mountains and valleys of heaven, though you must eat from my hand. Do not seek that which eagles below seek. They seek fresh meat, fresh revelation, but the game is earthbound, and so is their revelation. Times, seasons, natural signs, and consequences of sins. I've given them to see into human souls, but all of it concerns the needed revelation for the outer court. Most eagles labor there, for the need is great. So I'm just going to go through this and see if I can understand what you're actually saying, give you some feedback. So I've been getting messages. I know that the highest level of intimacy in heaven, the highest level, the highest realm is the mountain of the Lord. And up at the mountain of the Lord in this highest realm that very few people get to, you get to hang out with God on the mountains, snow-capped mountains. So I can see myself going up into a tree up there in a nest of an eagle up there, and I'm in this mountain of the Lord's and the valleys of the Lord, and uh, and I feel the Father is speaking here, not Jesus, and He wants me to eat from His very hand. He wants to supply me the revelation through the Holy Spirit, and He wants, life of intimacy. Do not seek which eagles below seek. They seek fresh meat, fresh revelation. So, um, so many of the prophetic and teachers are reaching into the second heaven and the lower realms to get revelation. And God's directing me to come to heaven, come to a place of revelation far and above the earth. Um, but their game is earthbound, so the revelation, time, seasons, natural signs, and consequences of sin, that's all earthbound stuff. I've given them to see in the human souls, but all of it concerns the needed revelation for the outer court. So the outer court was people in the Jewish faith, but it wasn't the inner court. The inner court was the Holy of Holies, and only the most special went in there, and it was a very dangerous place because you get killed in there. And so I've grown to an intimacy where the Father wants me to enter the inner court and have a special relationship with Him. Most eagles labor there to, and the need is great. So there's a lot of prophets on earth ministering to people on earth, but I've had an assignment for the last year to be doing prophetic revelations and interviews with saints in heaven, interviews with God. And my main ministry focus has been ministering to the people of heaven and helping the people of heaven grow in intimacy and get greater rewards and ascend through the realms of heaven. So I'm essentially bringing revival to heaven. I don't know if you've been watching my videos. This really speaks to me. You must make yourself ready since your betrothal to my son, you are no longer on your own. I was just doing a very deep teaching yesterday, and the Lord was saying that I've been invited to the bridal chamber, and I've become like the bride of Christ. Um, and so that's true. You belong to Him. So me and Jesus are wed in holy matrimony, prepare yourself as Esther did, and I'm aware that Esther uh, uh, perfected her perfumes over 6 months and perfected her makeup over 6 months, and she presented herself as the best, and she was picked above all the other women to be queen. And Todd Bentley did a really good teaching on that, saying that he just wants to be an Esther. He wants Jesus to pick him above everyone else. And so it really means a lot, because that was a really deep teaching, and it really means a lot that God would say for me to prepare myself like Esther. We love you, and you called and chosen, and thanks for that, because I feel so rejected and hopeless sometimes. Therefore, the need is not eliminated for the all important training that lies in obedience. So my whole ministry is teaching about obedience to the teachings of Christ. So I realize that to lead people in obedience, especially people in heaven, I've got to be living a life of obedience myself. So my calling is to be obedient. Your obedience must rise out of perfect love, not under constraint, but for love's sake. Yeah, so it's got to be pure, and you're saying later on that there's got to be no flesh in it. Catch the little foxes. I'm not aware of what that actually means, so I'd love you to write to me and tell me what that actually means. That is, my harvest may be full. So I'm not sure if you're talking about foxes like false prophets and false teachers, but I don't think, I think Jesus said foxes have holes, or the Son of Man has no place to rest his head. So I don't know what that actual part means in the prophecy, so I'd love to hear from you. I do not want you to live what your eyes see or your ears hear or what you reason. So you don't want me operating from the flesh. You want me to live, but I want you to live by every word that proceeds from my mouth to you. And I've been doing like a 1 hour interview with God every night for about 3 months. And I've got 113 messages now, and I can see that God is going to not only start to speak to the audience of heaven, but he's going to start to speak to me personally. And that's what I can see. There'll be a shift coming where God will start ministering to me, not just the audience. The arm of the flesh can never do my will. Try my way. You have given your way a princely chance. Yeah, I have, I'm still learning to walk in the Spirit. Now take the way of the Prince himself, and I would be most pleased to do what Jesus instructs. The mind of Christ, the emotions of Christ, and the will of Christ. That's a good combination. That's a good trinity of things. And I'm starting to move in the mind of Christ and the emotions of Christ. I think I'm in the complete will of Christ for my life. All of Him, none of your flesh, complete and total union. So I really want to bless you and encourage you and thank you for this message. It really is deep. Um, I wish I had a place. My printer's not working. I wish I had a place I could print this out and put it on my wall. But I will have this video here for myself, and I hope that I can come back and read it often. So I really want to thank you. If you've got any further words that you want to give me, I'd love to. I'd love the answer to that fox part of the prophecy and explain that to me. God bless.